You're listening to the Major Pod Network, the only place where your favorite toy store, bar, arcade, and arena are all on the same block. Scratch that major itch.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 33. I had to check on my phone. Episode 33 of MC True Long Island Story. I am your host. It's not there, but actually, I'm not the internet champion.
Dude, well, who are you? And then let's get right into it.
I am Matt Carter, always ready. I am the GCW Universal Champion.
Well, I'm also here, producer of the show, Smart Mark Sterling Esquire. Tell me what happened, man. I honestly haven't talked to you about it. I spent all day with you yesterday, but I didn't actually ask you about the details. You are not the internet champion. Effie is. What happened? All I know is you had an announcement to make that we talked about. You had an announcement to make Friday, then what happened?
First of all, get the Effie out. Buy the shirt. I'm pro. Effie, he just put out this press release. Oh my God, this son of a bitch. He said, after ending Matt Cardona's 3,711-day reign as internet champion, Effie has become the internet bullshit. And then I just saw he put out a shirt that says, always Effie.
Yeah, we have, that's intellectual properties that we are going to have an issue with, I feel.
I don't get it. I went to GCW, major announcement.
Mm-hmm.
I said that I was invoking my rematch clause to take on Nick Gage and John Moxley at the next GCW show in Atlantic City, New Jersey. That stooge, Brett Lauderdale, he stands up, says there's no rematch clause thing. And what kind of shindy is that?
Right.
And then says long story short, says if I put the internet title on the line, first of all, he bullied me into doing it. The fans, the GCW universe bullied me into doing it, peer pressured me into doing it. I said, okay. Effie's music hits, and he rolls me up from behind. 1, 2, 3. It's bullshit, dude.
Yeah, that's crappy. When did the bell ring? You got to see your opponent first. It's ridiculous.
This is a miscarriage of justice. I had the Chicago screw job, and now the New York City screw job.
Yeah.
So I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, well, we got to get that belt back because it ruins the whole intro to the show.
It ruins my life.
Yeah. You're the internet champion. Some say Primo was the internet champion one time, but you've been the internet champion.
I defended it against Primo. Primo looked me in the eyes. The bell rang.
Yes.
A hard-fought match.
Yes.
Effie did not. Effie is a coward. Effie is a fraud.
Right.
And the worst part is, like, the next day, I was at RetroCon. You know how many kids want to take a picture with the internet title?
Oh, my God.
You know
See,
how much money I lost at photo ops?
Effie does not care about the kids.
I have a family. Effie does not care about kids. He doesn't care about pets because I use this money from the gig table to buy food for Dude, for Walt, for Kylo, for Draco, for Waffles.
Mm-hmm.
Effie doesn't give a shit about animals.
Right.
He hates Batista.
You need to buy, chlorine for your pool. Who's going to buy that?
My pool's green right now.
It's green.
I came home this weekend. It's green.
Ridiculous. Well,
unbelievable.
Stay tuned to find out what happens in these with GCW. To be honest, I think that we should send them a strongly written letter and no more appearances.
I think I got to go earn it in the pit and jump ship to that Danny D'Amato wrestling.
IC Dub?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I think that might treat me with more respect.
Yeah. Yeah, or CZW.
I mean, I'm already an ECW original.
Right. All right. Well, that's bad news, but we are coming off of a huge episode 32 of MC True Long Island Story, the Hugh Jackman episode. What a fun thing. I was talking to Vicky last week. I said, hey, we were talking about you. She said that Hugh Hefner was a very nice guy and he was easy to look at. I keep doing that. Hugh Jackman was a really nice guy and he was easy to look at. That's what Vicky's thoughts were.
Well, just like me.
And all right, so I got a little follow-up. Couple things from last episode. Harry Flynn, who, by the way, great. Thank you for helping out, dude. He always fact checks us. Harry Flynn, it was the Truth and the Miz fighting Triple H in that backstage pull apart.
Ah, okay.
Harry Flynn says the movie was Real Steel that Hugh Jackman was promoting. It was that robot fighting.
I did enjoy that.
I never saw it. I wanted to.
I did see it.
Chris Risley. I knew Matt was going to say he returned the costume when I saw the plastic covering still on the claws. Jack Connor says, great episode. Hugh Jackman was one of the best Raw celebrity guest hosts. Plus, Z Cribs was great. Classic Z True Long Head Story. I agree, Jack. Great comment. Any follow-up from you?
Not on that particular episode, but last week we talked about how I went to 3WA and wrestled Merrick Miami, who was the Broski of the Week.
Yep.
Pretty surreal that someone who was a Broski of the Week, 10 years later, I wrestled him, and he screwed me over too.
What?
Roll up. I don't even know where the we were in Pennsylvania, but it was wherever the we were in Pennsylvania screw job.
Right. Man, what a bad
weekend. Kid, he said he's been ready.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm always ready. My question to him is, can he stay ready?
Right.
Because actually, I was impressed with him. I thought he was a tall son of a bitch. After the match, I gave him some pointers. I said, listen, you got to work out. And actually, I DM'd him a diet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
I was
nice.
very, very impressed. He held his own in the ring, even though he cheated to win.
Right.
And I know FWF Live 2 is already booked, but maybe FWF Live 3.
Right. That'd be cool.
I
like
mean,
that.
not wrestling me, you know.
So you informed me that I actually met him. He came to the signing we had in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically a kid coming up and saying, hey, I was Broski of the Week, episode, whatever, that I think 80 something. And he's
Later
like,
on,
yeah. And he's like, now I'm a wrestler. And I would just remember being like, oh, that's awesome. Like, reach out to me when we get to that episode. So like, I didn't realize he was tall then. I just remembered him being kind of skinny, but
he's skinny, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
he was
cool.
super talented in the ring. Cocky son of a bitch, has potential, and he beat me. Is that win? Is that W over me?
Yeah, big win. Good thing the GCW Universal Championship wasn't on the line.
It was not. No, and the internet wasn't, because I was screwed out of it already.
Right.
You know.
All right. What else you got? Nothing?
That's really it. I mean, you know, that was a great episode. The Hugh Jackman episode was monumental for so many reasons, but it's the true beginning of the me versus Ziggler storyline.
Yeah, exactly. And that continues this week. But before we go any further, let's talk about the Broski of the Week. But first, a little word from our sponsors.
The Major Pod Network has a new tag team partner, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Everybody needs some liquid courage to make their own weekly purchases. Scratch that figure itch and scratch that PBR itch.
Get your PBR beer, get your PBR hard coffee, and get your PBR stronger seltzer.
8%? If you're listening to this, you're already a major mark. Now it's time to become a major PBR mark.
Use the hashtag MajorPBR and post your pictures and videos of you major marking out.
Pabst Blue Ribbon and the Major Pod Network, the new tag team champions of the world.
Of the world!
But we're definitely not getting any new figures from Mattel.
The Broski of the Week.
The Broski of the Week. All you got to do is leave a review wherever you find our podcast. Screenshot that review. Find my pinned tweet on Twitter at the Matt Cardona. Quote tweet it. And in that quote tweet, put that screenshot in the review and use the hashtag Broski of the Week. If I read it on air, you'll be the Broski of the Week. You'll get this too. The signed 8x10 available on mattcardonamerch.com. But that's not all. That is not all. You will get the Broski of the Week headband, also available on mattcardonamerch.com. And the Broski of the Week sticker exclusive right here. I keep looking over my shoulder. It's just empty over there.
Yeah, we got to figure out something to put there.
My bag at the airport was so light.
Oh, man.
It was so light. It
Depressing.
was unbelievable.
But also probably nice.
Not really. No, it was not.
Right. Okay. All right.
Not at all. Anyway, Broski of the Week. Here we go. Brian 040713, Brian Greenwood. MC True Long Island Story is an amazing nostalgic trip down memory lane. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years since the True Long Island Story took YouTube and the wrestling world by storm, but listening to this podcast brings me right back to the Ryder Revolution and genuinely makes me smile. Zack Ryder was the last wrestler that I feel like I truly connected with as a fan, and I remember when he started ZTLIS, I jumped on board immediately. This show made me a major mark for Ryder as it showcases genuine humor, creativity, and desire to achieve superstardom. The MC podcast gives you an entertaining behind-the-scenes look at the original series and serves as a great retrospective of Matt's career at the time as the Revolution gained steam and took off. After all these years, I'm still a Cardona fan and look forward to seeing what's next for Broski WWWYKI.
Nice.
So, Brian, thank you. You're the Broski of the week.
All right. So one thing that I will say is I'm noticing now an uptick in views when there is a large Raw like connection. You get a nice spot on Raw, long time periods for them to mention the show, and then that week's episode and the week after have like a big jump. So we're 33 episodes in. For the majority are around 250,000, but these Raw spikes can gain you 100,000 to 200,000. So
100%, because
something
at that
interesting.
time, you know, the internet wrestling community was like considered like the nerdy, like smart marks, but now everyone's on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. All right, something neat to think about. Let's talk about your tweets that week, Matt Cardona. Thanks to real Hugh Jackman for the beer. We'll talk about that in a little later. September 27th. Everybody got a push. I did it without one. Hashtag Ryder Revolution.
That's from like I think it's a Drake, like a spin-off on a Drake lyric, like everybody got a deal. I did it without one. Is that Drake? Maybe it's not Drake.
I don't
Maybe
know.
It's Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. I had no idea, but I liked the use of the hashtag Ryder Revolution. We're starting that right now. You say at CM Punk, take care, slick your hair. Forget the ice cream bars. That is money. You say September 25th, Michelangelo loves being a turtle, and I love being a broski. And I'm telling you this, and I've told you this many times. 2011, it was not cool to collect figures. It was not cool to like the Ninja Turtles. You had to secretly say these kind of things. To me, as a fan in 2011, to see a cool wrestler talking about Michelangelo, I'm just like, yep, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the things. And then also, I think why our podcast, Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, does so well and why there's a big boom in nostalgia and wrestling figures. It's cool to like that stuff again. But 10 years ago, you were ahead of the game. You tweet at Heel Ziggler, I'm the Mark Boy. You're the one delayed at the airport wearing a sweatshirt that says, I love DZ. So, whatever happened.
I don't know if that's true. It might be.
Here's a big update from last week. I have more followers than Maurice Wallet. I'm Sirius Bro, 7-figure broski. You're the top 7 WWE superstars on Twitter.
It's pretty unreal.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
That's pretty
So
nuts.
you passed Maurice in 1 week because we talked about last week. Last tweet, Diner and Jim with at M_Chiapetta. Just wanted to just shout out Long Island diners. I live in Massachusetts now, and one of the biggest things that I miss is a diner on every corner.
Oh, it's the absolute best. I went to a diner yesterday morning. It was fantastic. Me and she, that would be our routine. We'd go, Thomas's Diner is our favorite one. I love Thomas's Diner. And then we go to Export Fitness in the Roosevelt Field Mall. Yeah, the diners are the best, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know about diners and what they were about until I moved to New York. And then when you realize you can just get anything you want, however you want it, at any time.
That's the best.
Yeah, it's great. New York diners, people.
I mean, but there are such things as bad diners.
Oh, yeah.
But typically, they're pretty damn good.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with a wrap. All right. So matches, a ton of matches. So the show last week goes up on the 22nd. You travel out on the 23rd, the Friday. House show at the Pit in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Zack Ryder defeats Primo. The next night, Saturday, you have 2 matches. One is the WWE United States number one contender Battle Royal. John Morrison wins that. He defeats Alex Riley, David Otunga, Drew McIntyre, Evan Bourne, Jack Swagger, Kofi Kingston, Mason Ryan, Michael McGillicuddy, Primo, and Zack Ryder. And that's at El Paso County Coliseum in El Paso, Texas. Same show. You defeat Drew McIntyre.
All right.
Sunday, you have nothing. But Monday, you have 2 matches on Raw. One, in 2 minutes, Dolph Ziggler defeats Zack Ryder. This Raw is at the Sprint Center in Kansas City, Missouri. Now, there was some interference there by Dolph's friend, Jack Swagger. And we'll talk about it in a second. You then team with Air Boom, Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston to defeat Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, and Mason Ryan in 6 minutes and 29 seconds. Pretty long match for Raw in 2011.
That's one of those matches where I have zero memory of it taking place.
All right, I'll jog your memory in a second. And the next night on SmackDown, so you're on Raw and SmackDown this week, you defeat JTG in 3 minutes. And the SmackDown's at Scott Trade Center in St. Louis, Missouri.
That's a SmackDown match?
SmackDown match, baby.
Sounds like a Superstars match to me, but I used to love working JTG.
Oh, yeah, well, 3 minutes on SmackDown.
Oh, wow.
All right, so here's the storyline. Clearly, neither U.S. champion Dolph Ziggler nor Jack Swagger are vying to become Broski of the Week anytime soon. With a little help from the All-American, Ziggler retained his Star-Spangled title, much to Vicky Guerrero's delight. So basically, you beat him last week with Hugh's help.
Right.
So you get this title shot, lose, Jack Swagger helps. Then, as ordered by WWE's resident cougar, Swagger and Ziggler continue to attack the Long Island Loudmouth until WWE Tag Team Champions Air Boom charged the ring and fought off the blonde blowhards. Since it was clear that Vicky wanted to keep both of her clients busy on Raw, this was a Raw Super Show, by the way, SmackDown General Manager Theodore Long announced that Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne would team with Ryder to face Swagger, Ziggler, and a partner of Vicky's choosing, and she had to find someone in 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Goes to commercial, come back. Vicky is frantically scouring the locker room for a tag partner for her clients. Jack Swagger is in the ring, and Jack Swagger and Ziggler are forced to battle the three of you guys in a 2-on-3 scenario. But during the match, Vicky eventually emerges with reluctant Mason Ryan, urging him to help her team. Ryan didn't exactly gel with Swagger Ziggler and ultimately turned on his tag partners.
Oh, no.
Capitalizing on this justified betrayal, Ryder pins Ziggler for the second time in as many weeks. By the way, takes a sweet-ass Rough Rider.
He always does.
It looks like
the best Rough Rider taker.
It looks like Ziggler has even more to complain about on Twitter besides Hugh Jackman's sucker punch the week before. And did that jog your memory at all? Mason Ryan being reluctant?
Well, I mean, I saw it because I play it in the episode, but I had no recollection of like losing to Ziggler and then this all going down.
Interesting. And it's funny because I can see you forgetting a house show, but like the Raw thing that you've been fighting to get, and this is like, when you think about it, probably 4 segments, maybe more.
No recollection.
That's funny. And then the next night, Scott Trade Center, 4 days after emerging victorious over Vicky Guerrero's stable of superstars in a 6-man tag match, self-professed internet champion back then, Zack Ryder scored an impressive win over JTG with an explosive Rough Rider. Woo, woo, woo.
That's talk about a cold match.
It was cold. There was no setup. It was just, here's Zack Ryder versus JTG on SmackDown.
I'll take it. If it gets me a win, baby, I'll take it.
Yeah. All right. CM Punk is still, feuding on top there on Raw, and Randy Orton and Christian are still fighting, so that's what's going on. Okay. Episode 33. We ready?
Yeah. So I noticed I kind of walk into the shot.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yep. Pumping.
Yep. I also noticed you had some wicked sideburns. Is this new, or am I just noticing this?
I think you're just noticing.
Okay.
I always had like those Dylan McKay sideburns.
Okay.
Well, not always, but I always had sideburns.
All right. Okay.
So yeah, that's really it.
Sign of the week, Mini Broski. No idea what that means.
It was just a kid.
Oh, he was the Mini Broski. Oh, okay.
It's funny though, because like even in the shot, there's like another Zack Ryder sign. Like that's how many signs there were.
Right.
And it's even crazier thing. This kid, let's say he was like 11 there.
Yeah.
He's now a 21-year-old man.
Holy crap! He's not. He probably not mini Broski anymore.
Right, exactly. It's like Merrick Miami. It could have been Merrick Miami.
Yeah. Hey, if you're mini Broski, reach out to us with proof.
Yeah. Then of course Hugh Jackman. He genuinely, I don't know if it was him, his agent, his manager, sent me and Ziggler beer, Foster's.
Did he like reach out to you for your address, or he got that through
No,
like
he
TV?
sent it to WWE through us,
Right.
or through us to us through WWE. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty cool.
It was nice.
I like that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Nice gesture. Hugh's the man.
Do you like Foster's? I'm not a big Foster's guy.
I mean, if it was from Hugh Jackman, I'll drink anything.
Oh man, yeah, of course, and it's gonna be delicious.
Major Mark Jovin bought me a Hugh Jackman action figure this week at RetroCon.
Really?
Yeah, he showed it to me. Like I was walking around, and he showed it to me. I'm like, I don't need this. Then he must have thought that I did. He bought it for me to give it to me later, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. I guess it's nice.
But Jovin, what a guy.
What a great guy.
Broski of the week this week is Kofi and Evan Bourne. We just talked about it. So you showed the clip from the match, and a couple things that I pointed out. Vicky is so good at looking pissed on TV. Great job. Booker T yelling woo 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 on TV is freaking just phenomenal.
I love Booker. Booker. He's great.
And then they make a big deal about Zack Ryder pins the U.S. champion 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, and this was like the start of the me and Ziggler thing that really goes till the end of the year. And there are times you can tell WWE wants to pump the brakes on it, but we won't let them, and the Broskis won't let them, the WWE Universe won't let them, and we kind of like, we're not there yet, so I don't want to jump ahead, but this storyline so many people connected with, because it wasn't just on TV, it was on the YouTube show too, and on Twitter, which nowadays that's how wrestling storylines are. They go, they continue on through Twitter and other social media avenues, but it wasn't like that then.
It's almost like all the good feuds continue in other facets.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that back then.
Yeah, of course.
It was just like Monday, the next Monday. But we have this tool, whether it be the YouTube show or Twitter, to continue it. Like, for instance, me and Effie now, 10 years later. If it was just this GCW show and the next GCW, who the fuck cares? It's every little tweet and interaction in between.
And the pictures and all that stuff. Yeah, for sure. Here's a funny one. This one popped me. Big O made his NYWC debut, and you show clips from him. Now, we mentioned literally last week, he just started training. So he's not ready to have a match, but clearly he knew enough, and NYWC is smart.
2 weeks ago, I guess.
Yes, 2 weeks. NYWC is smart enough to be like, well, this guy's got some value. We got to get him on the show somehow. So he does some sort of run-in in jeans, scoop slam somebody. So who is this person he scoop slams?
Joey Bajol. I believe his name was like Apollyon at that time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
And yes, like you hit the nail around the head. They realized Big O was money. He would generate interest in the promotion. He would sell tickets. So why not use him? I mean, like, God damn it, this guy is on Zack Ryder's YouTube show, which is the hottest thing in wrestling right now. Why wouldn't we put him on the show?
And you were happy for him to get these opportunities.
Yeah.
Of course.
And it's crazy that, we've announced this at FWF Live 2 coming in November. 10 years in the making. It will be Matt Cardona with Bob Cardona in his corner against the Big O with Roy Fox in his corner. Because at FWF Live 1, which is available on DVD very, very soon, Chiappetta was involved, Big O, and Big O tried to screw me. I mean, I ended up getting screwed later on by Roy Fox, but I have a bone to pick with the Big O. So.
Right, and we talked about this. I mean, when we started this show 33 weeks ago, you had not, at that point, literally, you had not talked to Big O in years.
Last time I saw him, I was across the street, the nautical mile. He was driving down in his convertible. I don't know if he honked the horn or just looked at me and just gave me the middle finger and drove off. Drove off into the sunset.
But, I mean, obviously, we mentioned since then we have made contact with him. He did appear at FWF. He did turn his back on you. So, we'll see what happens. But we would like to have the Big O on the show.
Yeah, we got to have – I was thinking about this today, how to incorporate Big O, Stanford, Chiappetta. I don't know maybe we ask the fans to submit questions. I think that might be the best way, as opposed to just having a conversation. I'd like, 10 years have gone by. I'm sure the fans have some questions.
Yeah. All right. We'll make some sort of forum and we'll schedule something soon.
For sure.
Next thing, you say Nathan Zagura and Big Fat Mike. So first of all, Nathan Zagura, my favorite fantasy analyst who does not analyze fantasy anymore. And why'd you call him Big Fat Mike?
It was just another nickname.
Missionary Mike.
Big Fat
Yeah.
Mike.
All right.
Please,
You
don't
say-
come on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, they have that Sirius show, First and Awesome. I remember when Mike was asking for names, he was trying to come up with names. First of all, First and Awesome sucks. The name sucks. I thought it should be called Hut Hut Mike. Get it? Like Hut Hut Hike. We say Hut Hut Mike.
Okay.
We didn't go with that one.
Okay.
And that's just a segue to get into the next Are You Sirius Bro satellite radio where I'm singing. But back in the day, on the road, you needed a car with that satellite radio, baby. You needed that satellite radio. And before podcasts were really like the thing to listen to, we would love listening to Howard Stern. Like he was our guy. And then you find like the archives, like Howard 100. So this was Zach 100. That's kind of how this all came together.
So first song is Tweet It, Tweet It.
Oh,
And then-
bro. When I was watching this episode to take notes, A, I was cringing watching myself sing. And B, like Chelsea was like looking over like and rolling her eyes every time a new song came on.
I thought it was pretty good. To be honest,
Oh, it
I'm
was
like,
great.
man,
It was
okay.
great.
So a couple things about this scene. First of all, it's clear you're in a parking lot.
Yeah, so the first one I did, I was really driving like on the road and it's pretty dangerous.
Yes. So you go to a parking lot, it's raining out, but you're just kind of driving back and forth and you're doing these songs. So you're playing it on the radio literally, and then you're making up these lyrics.
So obviously I made up the lyrics before, and I would find like karaoke versions of the songs with no words.
Mm-hmm.
And I put them on like a CD at the time, put it in my car, play it, drive around, sing it, a couple takes.
All right, so I want people to think about this for 1 second, okay? You get home on Wednesday morning,
Right.
okay? You fly out. Well, the show goes up on Thursday.
Right.
So you get home on Wednesday. Seemingly, you've got to work out at some point, right? Let's say you get home, you work out. You now have to sit down. Guys, think about this. As a human being, you get home from work, what do? Probably lay on the couch, watch some TV. That's totally fine. But what you're doing now is you're sitting down. You've got to write 6 songs. You have to think, okay, here are the 6 songs. You've got to download the karaoke versions of that song. You've got to write 2 bars for each song on a piece of paper, theoretically, or whatever you're doing. Then you got to get your ass out of that house to a parking lot. And
if you
sit there.
notice, I would say 99% of the time, I'm always like in gimmick, like hair up. I'm not like wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do wear, I'm wearing like a Broski hat, but usually I'm in gimmick, sunglasses, hat, like full wardrobe, baby.
This scene is like top to bottom 6 hours probably of your time
Yeah.
on a Wednesday when you don't even have days off, really. So like, I think like maybe just go, I'm just stopping in a parking lot and film. No, this is like the work that went into something like this. Obviously some weeks you didn't spend 6 hours in a parking lot, but
Right.
this week you did. So hats off. I recognize the work that went into this little thing. Never say never. So good job.
I like the line, like, all of the girls will get damp when I become U.S. champ. All of the girls will get damp when I become U.S. champ.
Great. And look, you're continuing the U.S. Championship storyline
Right.
in song.
That's right.
All right, tweet of the week. Are You Sirius Bro tweet of the week? They don't have a Rocky-like statue of Zack Ryder on Long Island. Are you serious, bro?
I really think there should be.
Good little tweet. Here's a funny one. You say a lot. We announced last week that Chi sleeps here on the floor, but people were asking if Chi sleeps in your bed when you're on the road.
And
so
that's a legitimate question. Like, And honestly, like I still have that question unanswered. Like, why wouldn't he sleep in this whatever it was, a king size bed or queen size, whatever, when I'm not there? He knows I'm not coming home. He knows his schedule. He's sleeping on a twin mattress on the floor. So we set up like a hidden camera. And of course, it's him like slowly tiptoeing in. And he like takes off his robe and he's wearing the internet title.
Yeah.
And he gets into the bed.
Big thing to know. Chi looking pretty good here.
She at one point was jizzacked. And
Yeah. I did not know, as a fan of the show, did not know that he was, you say you work out with him every week, so obviously he was doing something. He looked pretty good, man.
One thing I hope for Chi is that he gets his body back. He just needs, I'm going to see Chi at my bachelor party in a couple of weeks. Actually, fuck, you'll see him.
He's going?
Yeah, you'll see him.
Can't wait.
Give him a little pep talk. He needs to get his body back.
Okay.
Hey, maybe you could produce MC. Oh shit, his initials are MC, but the maybe the Chi True Long Island Story podcast.
Yes. Okay. And it's his fitness journey. So great job. But I will tell you this: I would never sleep in somebody's bed. It grosses me out. I don't care.
That's why. Okay, that's why. For instance, we were just talking off air about this booking that we have close to your house, and you said, "Come to my house." I don't want to. I want to sleep in a hotel. I don't want to sleep in your bed. Not that your bed wouldn't be clean.
Oh, but it would be like, so my wife would do it up.
Staying at people's house, I don't. I hate it. Like even for instance, this weekend, one night we were on Long Island for a special top secret major pod project. The night that Chelsea wasn't there, I had no problem sleeping in my old bedroom, even though it's not really my old bedroom, but it's like a bed in my old bedroom. It's like storage. But when Chelsea comes, like, no, we're going to the Marriott, babe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, staying at people's house.
I wouldn't at this point. I'm not interested in staying on your couch. In general.
Right.
But like somebody's got a guest room. Like we have a guest room with a bed that would be made up with fresh sheets. So then I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't stay in somebody else's bed. If Chi like came in, put new sheets on.
Right.
I doubt he did that though. All right. Dolph's back. He's doing a promo. He says so much stuff. He makes fun of the Big O. He says something about your girlfriend leaving you. It's just it has to be seen to be believed. So funny, so clever. Every line makes sense. He delivers it perfectly. For some reason, there's a cartoon in the background. I don't get it.
I think he's like in front of his TV and Archer's playing. I think that's what it is.
Okay, but man,
and if you notice, it's not Ask the Heel. He hacks it. That's what the static is.
Yes, right.
Because why would I have him on the show if I'm in a storyline with him? So he hacks it.
Right, I get it. Great promo. Got to see it.
Yeah, he's good.
And then you finish off the show. But the cool thing is you say, instead of you saying woo woo, you know it, Triple H says it.
The game says it.
So
he must have said on Raw to Ziggler. So
right.
Of course, you know I'm going to use that.
Well, perfect. Perfect. And I wonder how much
the Deathmatch King, you know?
I wonder how much it killed him, though, that he did that. Probably didn't want to do it. All right, that's it for that episode.
The show does end. This is the era of where I always put a little Easter egg at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's to pop the general public. Sometimes it's to pop like 10 people. Sometimes it's just to pop like me.
Mm-hmm.
So this particular one was like a picture of me and my friends going out like to a club that week on Long Island. That's all that was.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there you go.
All right, before we finish out the show, let's hear a little word from our sponsors. Bob Cardona, and we're back.
Are you serious, bro?
All right. Are you serious, bro? Tweet of the week. Just find something in your head. Be creative. Tweet it to me. Use the hashtag Are You Serious, Bro? If I think it's the best one, I will, read it on air and send you an 8x10. This one comes from Russ Linderman at the Macarona. I know there's been a lot on your mind lately, but you're usually way better in keeping us posted about stuff like Lauderdale getting his own figure. Hashtag Are You Serious, Bro? And it's a pile of poop, Mark. You see this? A pile of poop.
Oh, wow. I've seen that
saying
before.
that Brett Lauderdale's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
But why
yeah.
I thought this was funny is because at RetroCon this week, some GCW Mark, some GCW Nick Gage fan, like came up all aggressive, paid his hard-earned money, and then gave me that to sign.
Okay.
And I did.
All
And then,
right.
But of course, I wrote all over it, like Deathmatch King, all this stuff. And then, like, he wanted to hold the GCW title for the photo op. And I said, no. He's like,
But-
I paid. I said, nowhere does it say you get to hold the belt.
Right. Oh yeah. Don't let him. Don't let him. He could have poop on his shoulder.
So, I didn't have the internet title to bring. Johnny Cisco was there. Iman, Merrick Man, they bended me. Great guy, great day. But I brought the GCW title out. For, it's great for photo ops. You know what I'm saying? If I was meeting a wrestler and they were a champion, I'd want to see their title. And there was a kid, and I wanted to, let the kid hold it because I remember holding Razor Ramon's IC title. I'm like, be very careful with it. It's heavy. And he dropped it. I try not to be mad at him, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then you gave him the Broski boot.
No.
By the way, speaking of the
It
Broski
is
boot,
heavy.
me and VSK tagged up in Maine on Saturday night. Forgot to mention this in the beginning. And we did a little tribute, dude. I gave a hell of a Broski boot, followed by a hell of a Rough Rider by VSK. A little 1-2 combo.
We call it now the reboot and radio silence.
Okay, you're right.
That's right.
Okay.
Effie calls it
Yeah.
the sack rider.
I didn't know that until last week when you found that out.
This guy is just trying to just ruin my life.
I think it's pretty funny, to be honest. But Effie doesn't care about the kids. Quote me on that.
Or the animals.
Right. Or the pools. All right, know your bro. Just use hashtag know your bro. Ask a question about this show, something you're wondering about, etc. And if we pick your question, you will get a Broski 8x10.
And
Nicholas
I'm a little behind
Durst.
on the 8x10s, but guys, if I say that I sent it, I want to reiterate this.
Yes.
If I DM you and I say sent, that just means that I have literally, I have filled out the 8x10. I put it in the envelope. I have filled out the envelope, but it's just in a stack to go to the post office. So you don't need to DM me back in like a week. Be like, I haven't gotten it yet, even though you sent it, because it just says sent as a reminder to me and really proof that I did it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. It's smart. Well, Nick Durst Nick _ Durst says, this has nothing to do with the show, dude, but I'm so interested to know. I asked this question. What's with Virgil's strange comments on each of Matt Cardona's Instagram posts? Did they ever work together at any point? What's going on? Hashtag know your bro.
I'm under the impression that it's not really Virgil.
Oh. Some sort of just like, I don't know, marketing thing or something.
Yeah, which is great.
Right? But he comments the weirdest stuff on your stuff.
I honestly, I don't even pay attention to it anymore.
It's slightly entertaining, but okay.
Yeah, that's that.
All right, this episode, characters debuted, none, back, Chi, Dolph, kind of Big O.
It goes back.
Yeah.
Debuts,
Yeah, you're right. 351,300, like I said, up. And it clocks in at 6 minutes and 7 seconds, and that'll do it for episode 33 of Z Trolling and Story. Today, I am wearing my Live 8 tank top,
A nice one.
and I'm wearing that to so that we can talk about Live 10 coming up in a second. But ProWrestlingTees.com/MajorWFPod, that's where you can find shirts for this show and the Major Pod Network. ProWrestlingTees.com/Matt Cardona and ProWrestlingTees.com/SmartMarkSterling, where you find our shirts. We've got a lot of cool stuff up there. What else do you have to plug?
Yeah, we have the new Get the Effie Out shirt available on ProWrestlingTees.com/Matt Cardona. MattCardonaMerch.com has some awesome stuff up there. A lot of people, if not everybody already, has received their GCW world title bloody plaque. You got yours, Mark?
Got it right there. I have stuff on it right now, so I can't show it to you, but it's awesome.
Pretty damn good, huh?
Oh, man. I love it. Even my wife was like, this is really cool.
I did not cheap out, baby. I went all the way. And then, like you said, the live Major Wrestling Podcast 10, Las Vegas, Nevada, October 22nd. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be the biggest show yet. Tickets are still available. MajorWPod.com. And stay the weekend because the next day is Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory, the biggest pay-per-view of the year, and Impact taping. So make sure you check that out. Also, right now on MajorPodMerch.com, we released a set of autographed trading cards. And they're not sold out yet, but I believe once they start shipping and people find out who the mystery people in the set are, that they're going to sell out like that.
I can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be like the Royal Rumble. Like, oh my God, I got, and the next one's, oh my God, I got, I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. It's super cool.
So yeah, listen guys, like me on Facebook. There's so many people who've tried to reach out. I need someone who like really knows what's going on in Facebook. I don't know if we'll find that by the time the show ends, but like me on Facebook, like me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. Is it follow me on Instagram? I don't even fucking know. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Go back and listen to all the other episodes. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers for the Major Pod YouTube channel, which we're almost there.
So close.
Almost.
We're doing great.
Very, very excited. It was a hell of a weekend for me, and this weekend I'll be at AIW.
Oh, cool.
Going against Stiffy McGee for their big show. Yeah,
I remember him. Yes.
Yeah, big. I almost forgot because he stiffed me so hard.
Yeah,
but,
right.
I'll be taking him on in the main event. Well, I think it's the main event. But the Striz app is on the line. And just make sure to take care, drink some PBR. That's my dinner.
Just take care.